And of that year and 7 months, how long have you been on gear? What's going on YouTube, it's Jason and welcome to day number 61. So today is taking on a slightly different format. I've had requests for the full steroid interviews that I did a few days ago. And so today I'm going to be posting the first of 3 interviews, Mr. Y, the 18-year-old bodybuilder who decided to hop on gear. What I'm going to do is post the steroid interviews over the next 3 days, and then I want to do 2 days at a time to catch up with my Razor Sharp series. So anyways, the first interview, Mr. Y, the 18-year-old bodybuilder, here it goes. So we're at the gym, we're about to train, and I have a young bodybuilder who, for the sake of this interview, I want to call Mr. Y. Mr. Y is going to share with me his experience on gear, and yeah, just get more about the journey so you can put his experience as well as the other 2 bodybuilders I've spoken to together and make a decision for yourself. Thank you very much, Mr. Y.
Sure.
So yeah, I guess give us a bit of background. Firstly, how old are you?
I'm 18.
18.
Cool.
And how long have you been training for?
A year and 7 months.
A year and 7 months, okay. And of that year and 7 months, how long have you been on gear?
So I trained a year naturally, and then I started taking I've been taking for 7 months.
7 months.
Yeah.
Cool. And what made you get on? Obviously training for a year,
Yeah.
results,
It was like, a lot of my friend group started taking it. I was like one of the last ones to take it. And obviously, it was kind of like, my work's very physically demanding as well as me trying to come to the gym as well.
Sure.
And I was like very mentally and physically drained. And all this, obviously it comes with a lot of energy boosts. So I thought, do you know what, it'll get me where I want to be in bodybuilding and it will help me with work as well.
Sure.
So I decided to take it.
Fair. And is the plan to like compete long term? Is it more just for aesthetics? What's the kind of...
No, I do want to compete. Obviously when I'm a bit older, like I'm looking more 20, 21 years old when I want to stop competing.
Sure.
But for now, it's just to get a bit bigger.
Yeah, why not? And so I guess what people might want to know, because I probably would know myself, a lot of guys, like when I was training back in the day, why I got you on here is my generation started taking it like 24, 25. As like 18, it's like, wow.
Yeah, 18, yeah.
Mental. What sort of price are you paying for like a cycle, like month to month? What does that look like?
So my beginner cycle only cost me, it was about £45 a month.
Yeah.
It was just training Anavar.
Right.
And then now it's about £90 a month. But it's going to be going up to like 130. But I think 130 is where it's going to be like the most I'll ever spend on it for the moment anyway.
And 130 gives you?
It gives me 3 different compounds, or 3 different wets. So like Test, Trent and Mastron.
Okay, fine. Yeah, so that's 130 a month. Is that just the stuff? Is it including like post-cycle stuff or support stuff, anything like that, or not? Just
because I'm doing more of a cruise and blast, so there won't be any post.
Fine.
But
so you just
just cruising and blasting throughout the year.
Solid gains.
Yeah.
And I guess what are the benefits? I know we will speak about, like, I'm about to go on the side effects in a bit, but like what are the benefits? What have you seen so far while on 7 months?
There's the benefits are unreal. The way I feel during the day is like when I'm blasting, I feel amazing throughout the day consistently.
Sure.
Energy levels are crazy, appetite's crazy. My mind-muscle connection in the gym's like unreal.
Sure.
Every session feels great. I haven't like when you're cruising it's a bit different. But blasting mainly, you feel just there isn't many like bad effects to it. It's all just upsides.
Fine. So I guess in terms of gains, if you were to look like either kilos or pounds, how much muscle have you gained since 7 months you started taking it?
So when I started taking, I weighed about 61 to 65-ish, that sort of range.
Sure.
And now I'm looking at more 83.
Oi.
So in just under 7 months, it's about 20 kilos.
Which
It's still lean muscle as well.
To give you an idea, I have gained 20 kilos since 2000 and I think 2004. In like I've been training 18 years now. I've done 20 kilos in that time. This is a lot of muscle. Yeah, 20 kilos in that 7 months is obscene. You would never, naturally, as a beginner, you're looking at like 5 to 7 kilos in a year if things go well. So yes, that's a lot of gains. Strength-wise, what's the numbers?
Through the roof. My bench, I gained like 30 kilos on.
Wow.
My deadlift was insane. It was like more like 60 kilos. And my squat, I gained about 40 kilos as well.
So that's a lot. So side effects, all in all, like 7 months, has it just been smooth? Obviously when you've been cruising, blah, blah, but have you had anything that's like, anything that people need to be aware of? Anything at all?
I think when you're cruising, your mental health's quite low, motivation's quite low.
Yeah.
You get quite a lot of mood swings, so if something bad happens at the beginning of the day, pretty much the rest of the day you're going to feel pretty rough.
Sure.
Trend?
The trend side effects were quite rough.
Right.
I was on it for about a month and a half, and I had really good benefits of it.
Sure.
And then I didn't realise, my cycle was terrible, I was taking the wrong stuff at the wrong time.
Fine.
I started lactating, I started getting really aggressive and also really emotional as well,
Right.
which obviously just put my estrogen through the roof.
Sure.
And lactate, by the way, is literally when you start leaking from your tits.
Yeah, so it's like
you were
mine wasn't actually milk though, it was more like oil. So it was like estrogen build up behind my nipples.
Yikes.
And it also messed with my liver a lot, which was an expensive recovery.
Sure.
Cost a lot to fix.
Oh, to actually get that back to
Normal. I had to, it was cost me about £80 to get everything.
function, okay.
Yeah.
very, very interesting.
Yeah.
And I guess the ultimate thing is like, if someone's watching you now at home and thinking, I also want to jump on, what would you say to them?
I would say before hopping on, make sure your research is perfect and you know what you're doing and know what you're talking about. Because that was my issue. The reason I experienced the lactating and the other side effects is because I was taking two things together that I shouldn't be taking. Obviously, the benefits outweigh the negatives when you're doing it properly. Longevity-wise, probably not. Obviously, I can't talk on that because I haven't got the experience on it, you know. But for short term at the moment, I'd say if you're ready for it, and mentally you're ready for it, physically you're ready for it, and you've done your research, I mean, as long as you're doing it correctly, there's not really no reason why not to if you're ready for it.
And to be honest, that's what I tell a lot of people, because in the day, people go out on a night out and do all sorts of drugs. So
It's better than drinking and doing other drugs.
but that's so not to do it. I think responsible taking is a big one. And I guess the last bonus question, I ask everyone this because it is a big thing at the moment. Did you feel a social media pressure from the likes of the Sam Suleks, them boys, looking massive and jacked to their age? Did you feel like that looks sick, I want some of that? Was there anything about that at all, or just literally mates for you?
See, I wouldn't say there's like a pressure to do it,
Right.
but I'd say social media definitely does play an effect on body dysmorphia, mental image,
100%.
like physical body image. Because like, say for example, like Sam Sulek is like 21 years old, he's ridiculous. And you stand there and you're thinking, at our age, you obviously, you're comparing yourself to fully grown men who've been taking gear for like 5-6 years, training for double that, and it's like, it makes you think, oh, I should be on their level. But obviously you shouldn't be. No. You really shouldn't be. And you see everything's all in perfect lighting, perfect posing, you know, pumps and perfect water retention. And it's just like, it makes you think that you should look like that. But in reality, you shouldn't, because it's unrealistic.
And I think that's where, the last thing I say on it, that's where we had the edge growing up. When I was training back in the day, because social media wasn't really a thing, we just had Facebook. All you were doing was comparing yourself to your mates. Now I can see 1 million people who are bigger and more shredded than me, and that you can't say it doesn't affect you. Same way women get affected when they see all these perfect airbrush women. As guys,
you know, growing
Does
up.
the exact same thing.
Yeah, you feel
Makes
it.
you feel
For
insecure
sure.
about the way you look.
For sure,
but you shouldn't.
so yeah, Mr. Y, that's everything. I thank you very much for your
You're
time
welcome.
and the honesty. I'll put these guys all together. Oh, go on.
I've just got a question from a female perspective.
For Mr. Y or myself?
Mr. Y.
Oh, okay. Oh, God.
Just because I think a lot of sorry, this isn't scripted. A lot of females probably want to know with guys taking gear, does it make you feel more aggressive?
I think, so my experience with it is that whatever your natural status is, like emotionally as a human, it basically enhances it. So if you're quite an aggressive person as it is from the get-go, I'd say stay away from very potent and aggressive-based steroids. Me personally, obviously I took Tren, but I've always been a really calm individual. I'm more short-tempered with silly things, but big things, I can see the bigger picture a lot easier because it makes me calmer. So I think it's all just down to your character as a person, whether you should or shouldn't take them. Obviously I know for a man taking steroids in a relationship, it's probably very scary for the woman. It probably is very, very scary.
So it's just like not knowing what
The effects might be.
Yeah, not only are you a lot bigger and stronger now, but you're also a lot more aggressive. But
Have you got Mrs.?
I do, yeah.
Has she felt the difference or seen the difference or?
She doesn't mind it.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, she's not too fast.
Fun. That's a good answer.
that's testament, yeah.
Yeah. I think it is just down to you should be sensible and responsible enough to look at the picture and think maybe I shouldn't because I'm already quite an angry person.
Yes, sure.
You know. Yeah.
Sweet. Cool. Appreciate your time, bro.
No worries.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So yeah, guys, that is everything. Thanks again, Mr. Y. That interview was very insightful. I just wanted to throw out there that in all of these interviews that I'm about to post, as much as I am against drug use generally, I don't want us to discriminate against steroid use in particular. A lot of people have double standards. They will go to the pub on a Friday night and drink and do whatever drugs they want to do, and then when someone decides to get on steroids, they will then treat it like a different thing. From my perspective, it's all drugs. I am against drug use universally, and I'm not promoting it at all, but I'm not a hypocrite. A lot of people have different standards for steroids, and I actually don't think that's fair. Drugs are drugs at the end of the day. But anyways, yeah, hope you enjoyed the video and find it insightful. Comment below, let me know your thoughts. Do you think he got on at the right time? Do you think he was too young? Let me know. Please subscribe to my channel to follow me on this journey, and I'll see you again tomorrow.